Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today is a video all about the RealReal. I put it on Instagram for you guys to give me some of your questions. It's going to be a Q&A all about the RealReal. Probably going to be split up into 2 episodes. I don't know, is that what you call it here on YouTube? It's going to be 2 videos because you guys gave me so many questions and I want to make sure I answer them all in detail and provide you guys with as much information as possible. So we're just going to jump right into it and talk about it. So the first question I have here is, how long is the consignment period with the RealReal? So there's no end date to consignment on the RealReal. It's more so either when it sells, jumping cats and videos. So it's mostly when the item sells. So until it sells, so it could be a month, it could be 6 months. But what you need to remember about that is the RealReal will discount your items, so they can be discounted as much as 80% off, 90% off. So you can dictate when the consignment period ends. You can reach out to your representative at the RealReal or call the 1-800 number and request to get items back so that you are not losing out on any money and end the consignment period whenever you'd like. I've done that before. I've done it many times. I actually just did it recently. I recalled all my sweaters and my coats, which should be coming to me this week. And we're going to see what they price them at going into the fall-winter season. I recalled them because they were like at 70% off at this point because it's summer and no one's buying anything. And I just want to see what happens if I send them back in. I'm actually going to probably list a couple of the pieces myself. And then there's like a handful of pieces that I recalled that I'm going to send to ThredUp through their new partner kits, which is like my new experiment. I'm going to experiment with ThredUp's partner kits. I've never done that before. So yeah, long-winded answer, but the consignment period really is until the item sells or until you decide to recall and receive the item back. All right, the next question is, I'm just looking at my computer screen here. Do they offer upfront payouts? So no, the RealReal does not offer upfront payouts. The only service right now that I know of that does upfront payouts would be Fashion File. They do upfront payouts. I think with the partner kits on ThredUp, they give you an upfront payout, I believe. I'm not 100% positive on that because I'm just starting that process. I haven't done it yet 100%. I've just kind of looked at it. But the RealReal will price your items at a certain price point. It all is dependent on their market analysis. And then you get paid out on a percentage base. So there are tiers. You start off at 40%, you'll build your way up to 60%, and then you build your way up to 70%, which is what I'm at right now, which is great. So that's how that works. And then this is from the same Instagram friend who asked the pros and cons of the RealReal. So the pros are, you're not doing any work. You are finding items, you are sending them in, and they are processing them, they're photographing them, they're storing them, and they're listing them, they're shipping them, they're doing everything. You don't have to worry about it. You just get a commission at the end. There's just a, I guess, broader audience, you could say, for those types of pieces that are on the RealReal, where sometimes it's more difficult on, let's say, eBay or Poshmark. It can be a little more difficult to sell some of these brands. They don't really move on those platforms, so they're really great to, I guess it's just a really great platform for those luxury or mid-tier designer pieces that just generally sit on the various platforms that we may sell on personally. A big con for me is, of course, the discounts that happen almost immediately on some of these pieces, which is why I tell everyone, if you're going to be consigning with the RealReal, you really need to pay attention to your cost of goods. You really should not be spending a lot of money the pieces going there unless you are 1000% positive that if you pay $30 for this piece, your return is going to be $600. You know, like something like that. You really need to be confident in the piece you're sending in that it's going to give you a really great return. Has it happened to me before? Yeah. Is that my motto when I send things in? No, I definitely try to stick to $5 and below. Sometimes I go up to $8. It really depends. But that's like the biggest con. Another thing that I know people will say is a con for them is that their rep is not as responsive to them as they would like. I have never experienced that. I have a very responsive representative. We talk all the time. I can email her anytime and she'll respond to me. She's really great. I've never really had an issue with customer service, with the exception of one time where a boot went missing and it took a while to get back, but they found it, they corrected it, they gave me a credit, and it sold. So I've never really had a negative experience like some other people have. Another pro, they authenticate the item for you. So let's say you're not sure if an item is real or not, and you want to send it in to the RealReal to sell. They authenticate for you. And no, they don't get mad if it's not authentic. I mean, they just tell you, well, this isn't real, we can't sell it. And they'll ship it back to you, which is another pro. You're not paying for shipping. They take the cost to ship the items and then for them to send items back to you. So you're not paying anything with that, which is great. And there's just different brands that they take that I guess you wouldn't anticipate. So they're not just luxury. They're taking brands like Patagonia, like Sorel, UGG, Wagner. I'm trying to think of all the North Face. So they take so many different brands that I guess people don't associate with the RealReal. You think of like Gucci, Burberry, like all those different brands, but they take everything. So it's nice. And now that they've opened up their markets to outdoor stuff and electronics, trading cards, like they've really expanded their market. I just got to think about unbranded jewelry, which I got clarification on. So anything that is 14 karat gold and up, or sterling silver, they will accept, but it can't be plated and it can't be cubic zirconia. But they accept everything else, and it doesn't have to be a brand, which is great. And my rep had told me that for unbranded jewelry, it's actually their second highest market that sells on their platform. Handbags is number one, and unbranded jewelry is the second thing. So that's fascinating to me. But I just think there's such a wide audience now that's going to be on that platform. So many different types of resellers can send their items into the RealReal. I just think there's a lot of pros, is if you can look past the discounts that can happen on the platform and it taking a little bit of time to build your commission rate, it's a good place to be for an extra stream of income to do no work. Like, what's better than that? I'm all for that. Next question we have here is, how do you check comps to see how they will price? So this is difficult because they price things different every time. Some things are going to be priced to $50 no matter what. So like for example, a Tory Burch blouse will probably be priced at $50 unless there's something really unique and special about it. Frame jeans will be $50. Current Elliott jeans will be $50. Rag & Bone will be $50. You are basically guaranteed that those will be $50. They'll sell a discounted price and you'll make $16 because it's 40% commission. That's almost a given. But the best way to just see what things have sold for is to log on to the RealReal, whether it's on your phone or on the computer, and search a brand, whatever brand is you're interested about to send into them, and go to solds. There's a filter. You can click solds and you can view all the solds. So you can see what the piece is actually sold for, at what discounted rate they sold for, and just kind of filter through. And then you can see if your item matches what the items that have sold, or if yours is really unique and maybe be priced a little bit higher, or maybe you can find your exact item on there, which I have before, and you'll see exactly what it sold for. And it gives you a better idea if it's worth it or not for you to either pick it up or send it in. Or is it worth it for you to sell it yourself? Because that's happened too sometimes where I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to send this in. I'm going to sell it myself. Or I'll consign with a local consignment store and make my money that way. So that's another thing you could do too. The RealReal isn't the answer to everything, but for the right pieces at the right cost, it's a good place to go. But like I said before, comps, I mean, it's hard. Just search and see if that helps. Next question is, what if they price your item too low? You can recall it. So I check my items about once or twice a week. I want to see where they're at in the processing stage. I want to see what the piece, other pieces listed, what are they listed for, and then are certain pieces discounted. if I see that something's priced too low, I literally take a screenshot and I send it to my rep. I send her an email and say, hey, I just want to get this piece back. I really don't like the price I don't really like what it's priced at right now. I want to recall it. Maybe I'll send it back in later. And usually my rep will be like, hey, I'm glad you noticed this. Send it back in like 2 months. This will probably be priced higher and it'll probably sell a lot quicker. So that's what I do. But if something's priced too low, don't leave it there if you're not happy with what your payout will be. Take it back. There's no cost to you to take it back, which is great. Next question. How do I start? Or what is one of the best starting tips? Well, I think the best starting tip is just to start, right? That's with anything. That's like starting a YouTube channel. Just sit down in front of your phone or camera and just start filming. Just talk. But when it comes to the RealReal, I think for any beginner, the best thing to do is look at their brand list. As you grow, you can kind of venture outside the brand list, but when you first start, look at the brand list, look and see what's selling on their platform, look at your inventory and see if you have anything that you can send in. I will also say that if you have really nice leather or fur pieces or vintage pieces, I would recommend even sending those in and just kind of see what happens. You can make an appointment with someone at the RealReal and kind of go through different pieces that you have, hard goods, whatever it is, and ask them if they would take it. You can go that route, or you can just sign on the website and pick the brands that you have and what category it's in and create a list that way. Or you could do it the way that I've always done it. And I go on the app, I request a label on the app, which all you have to do is go to the consign button on the bottom of the app, and your information will pop up. You hit print a label and you'll get one. And then I make my own list and I send it to them. Either way works. There's no rules really. If you don't send a list, they create a list for you. It just takes a little bit longer for them to process your stuff. And then you just kind of go from there. And that's the only way you're really going to learn and grow in the RealReal. I mean, you can sit and watch all the different videos on what brands to send in and how much people got paid out for certain brands. But until you just sit down and do it yourself and kind of get a feel for it, you're never going to really know what it's like. It's not scary. There's lots of resources here on YouTube. The RealReal itself is a great resource. You can go on the RealReal and find articles, and they have different like market analysis that they give to their sellers and their buyers to see like what's hot right now, what is selling in the market that they're in, what are their consumers looking for. They have all that information. The RealReal's website is filled with market analysis information. As soon as you sign on, you'll see what it is that they're pushing in front of their customers' face, and that should give you a good idea as to what you can be sending in. So I hope that helps. I just think, sit down, look at the brand list, and just send a box in. Even if it's only 2 items, 3 items, they're not going to deny your box. Just start and see how it goes. And if anyone ever needs any help with anything, I am always available through Instagram. You can email me. All my information is down below, and just contact me and I'll help you the best way I can. There's also lots of people here on YouTube that do the RealReal. I know Jack, who everyone loves, who is Flip Thrift on Instagram, but Jack Valentine here on YouTube. He does a lot of RealReal content as well. He's actually the person who inspired me to start doing the RealReal a couple years ago. So yeah, that's my answer to that. The next question I have here is dress brands and styles that move fast. I'm going to be honest. I don't pick up dresses often. So for me to answer this question is really difficult. If I find a dress brand, it's typically a brand that I'm going to sell myself. The only dresses I've ever sent to the RealReal are Kate Spade and Diane von Furstenberg, and they generally don't sell really fast, to be honest with you. They'll sell, but they don't sell really fast, and usually the Kate Spade ones get discounted. The last Diane von Furstenberg dress that I sent was brand new with tags, and it had leather, and it sold at a discounted price, but I still made good money on it. So that was like a rarity. Usually they're all getting discounted left and right. So I'm sure if it was a Gucci or a Prada or something of that nature, it probably would sell better. However, I'm going to actually send 2 bridal pieces in that the RealReal accepts. They're brands that I generally don't pick up, but I found them at Salvation Army, and it looks like the RealReal's accepted them and sold them before. So I'll report back on that and see how that goes. I don't want to talk about it without any evidence or research really going into it, but I am going to try that. I feel like the fancier formal dresses probably do better on that site than the basic stuff. Not that Kate Spade is basic, but like business casual type stuff. So I don't know. I don't really have a good answer for that, and I'm really sorry. I just dresses just isn't one of the categories that I focus on. But maybe I'll do a little more research on that and kind of look into it a little bit more so I can give a more informed answer on that. Next question here. Let's see. All right. What are the requirements for you to sell instead of sending to the RealReal? So you can't, in theory, sell to the RealReal. So I think I understand what you're trying to say. You're trying to say like a buyout kind of thing. They don't do that. Your only option is to send your items in and they're taking a cut of your money. That's the only option. They're processing, they're doing all of that stuff. Like I said earlier, you can't just send stuff to them and say, okay, give me money. That's not how that works. But there are other consignment services. If you are interested in consigning luxury handbags and some luxury shoes, then Fashionfy will be the way to go. They will just buy your item outright. I don't know if Rebag does that. I'm not sure if Rebag, also another luxury handbag market, I'm not sure if they have a payout. If you guys know, leave that down below, but I've never really researched Rebag. I don't think they have a buyout program. ThredUp used to have a buyout program, but like I said, with their partner kits, I believe they buy out now, but I don't know. Sorry if my cats are distracting. They're just playing. But yeah, you can't just send things in and get money for it. You have to wait for it to sell, unfortunately. That's just how their platform works. Next question is the commission. The commissions. Oh, okay. The question is commissions. I'm 55% commission, but then they base commission by price. Yeah. So their commission structure is interesting. I'll say that. Their commission structure is interesting. So you could be at 40%, 60%, and 70% and still make 55% or 40% or 80% on stuff. So a lot of it is based off of brand. It's based off of price point. So yeah, it's confusing. I actually made a whole Instagram post breaking down the commissions. I'll leave that down below for you guys to check out as well. But let me just give like a brief rundown as to what is in the Instagram post. In case you guys don't want to go on Instagram and check it out, I will read it off to you guys right now. Just give me 1 second while it loads. Okay, here's the commission structure. So I'm going to be looking at my computer, but I'm talking to you. 40% commission rate. Item has an original list price of $145 or less. So $145 and under is always 40% commission. 50% commission. Item with an original list price of $146 to $195. Okay, so between $146 and $195, you're getting 50% commission on this item. Home items with an original list price of $146 and up, you're going to get 50% commission. Okay, 70% commission. Handbags that are $995 to $4,994 is 70%. Watches is $995 to $2,494. Jewelry priced at $995 and up. Art priced at $195 and up. And home that's priced at $995 and up. Now there's also 85% commission. So if you are someone very lucky who comes across luxury watches, if they're priced at $2,495 or more, you're going to make 85% commission on that. With the new categories, let me just pop up that post as well, because I did make one on that as well. So, okay, your commission for collectibles is 85% of trading cards or comics, priced at $95 and up. Now, these have to be graded trading cards. Like, they're not just any trading card. They have to be authenticated and stuff. And then 80% of figures, skate decks, toys, priced at $195 and up. You're going to make 80% commission on that. On sporting and outdoors, items that are priced at $995 and up are 80% commission, and then up to 70% commission off of the items that are priced at $995 for everything else. And then the last category is electronics, and you're getting 80% on items priced at $995, and then up to 80% on items priced under $995. So they kind of dictate it. So I'm going to give you an example of items that I've sold and what percentage I've gotten. And this is in that RealReal percentage breakdown post that I have that's going to be linked. So let's see here. Jimmy Choo pair of heels sold at $165. I got 50% commission, which makes sense because that's what it said in the breakdown. And this was all when I was at a 60% commission rate. So is that. A Missoni sweater sold at $80 and I only made 40%. Even though it was new at tag, it didn't matter. It didn't reach that threshold of 146 and up. Let's see, another one, for example. All right, a Gerald Darrell wool coat, had a little fur trim collar, sold at $340, and I made 60% on that. So that was very nice. Now, people get confused because the commission breakdown by price point and item is one thing, right? Then you have your rewards member structure. So it's not specifically stated anywhere on the RealReal, okay? But it is safe to assume, okay, that if a list price is between $195 and $995 for clothing and shoes, you're going to get 60% commission no matter what. Doesn't matter what tier you're on, whether you're an insider, an icon, or a VIP, which I'll explain those in a second, okay? So the insider is what everyone starts off at. It's $0 to $1,500, okay? That's how much you've sold. So your piece sold for $50, okay, they're adding that on. It's not your commission, it's not what you're taking home, and it's not their cut, it's just the sale price. Okay, so you earn 55% of the selling price of your item as an insider, okay? So now, the piece might only give you 40% commission, but you can earn up to 55% of the selling price of your item. Icon, this is the next tier. It's $1,501 to $9,999. You earn up to 60% of the selling price of your items. Okay? Now VIP, this is the one that I'm at right now, which I've had to build up to get. And these also, you only have 365 days, and you have to basically sell to keep staying in that tier. Otherwise, you backtrack back down to whatever sale amount that you've had. So VIP is $10,000 and above. So this is the highest tier. You can't get any higher. And this is like the one everyone strives to get to because you can earn 70% of the selling price of your items, $100 site credit, priority processing, which that's debatable. I haven't really seen priority processing yet, but we'll get to that. Free first look membership, $120 value over 12 months. I don't really know what that means. I think they show you the pieces that are going to be coming to their website. That doesn't really apply to me. I mean, maybe if I want to buy myself something nice, but. And then you also get a free cup of coffee at their store. So a little perk if you have a RealReal store near you. So that's the breakdown. I know people get really flustered by it. There's more detail in this post. Like I also give you the consignment terms and conditions that kind of highlight the different pieces and what it all means. So definitely take a look at it. I spent a lot of time researching all this to put it all together. But yes, commission price is usually based off of the price of the item. The commission rate that you're at is the tiered level where you get the different perks. So a little confusing, but that's how that works. All right, I'm gonna just stop this here. I have more questions to go through, but I just really want to make this a two-part series and keep my content under 30 minutes because I think most people kind of stray away once you go past that 30-minute mark, unless you're my friend and you really like listening to me talk, then that's a different story. But I will be back in a few days with the part 2. I'll make sure I put it out in a few days so you guys can see that and we can just go from there. All right, see you guys later. Bye.